If you let your guard down, I'm not gonna let you fall. Hold on to me now. You're not invincible. I'll carry you somehow. The weight of you makes me strong.
How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Kayla, Emoji J, Tuttle Bottle, Cheyenne. Thank you guys so much for being here. Today's going to be a really fun show. Today's going to be a really, really fun show. Guys, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. This is a show that me and my co-host Sammy do every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So together we talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing. And we give you guys advice and education and resources that you guys can apply to your everyday life on your journey to self-discovering, self-healing, and happiness. So thank you guys so much for being here. I am so excited for today's show. We have so much talent tonight. I'm so excited. This is going to be like a record day for us as far as guests go. So thank you guys so much for being here. Before we jump into this, I have something very special that I can finally show you guys again. So Ash Marie and I worked on our own intro. We worked on our own intro and we're so happy and proud about it. But we left the poster up last week. So guess what? I remembered to take it down this week. So guys, thank you so much for being here, Ash. Shout out to Ash Marie for helping me out because I think this came out really, really well.
Hold on to me now. You're not invincible. If you let your guard down, I'm not gonna let you fall. Hold on to me now. I'm not invincible. Drowning in self-doubt. Can you pull my demons out? Oh, it's on the table. Nothing too high. Hold on to me now. You're not invincible. I'll carry you somehow. The weight of you makes me strong. Hold on to me now. I'm not invincible.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for this episode of In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. If you guys are new here, my name is Gabby. This is a show we do on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time called In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Sammy is in the comments and will be with us shortly. She's a mental health therapist, and together we talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being to promote self-healing. So every week we dig into a new topic and we provide you guys with education, resources, and tips that you can apply to your everyday life on your journey to self-healing. And I'm so excited because this week we're going to have a lot of the community involved. So we're doing a show today about art and its impact on our mental health when it's used therapeutically. So before I jump into things, I'm just going to let you guys know what to expect for the show. So I'm about to go through some of the Instagram questions that were posted last week for this week's topic. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram and you want to be involved in the show in some way, you should probably give us a follow. Up to you. It's in my bio. Someone's gonna post it here in the comments probably. It's _meet me. We post topic questions every week, and it gives you the chance to be kind of a little part of the content, obviously anonymously. So we're not going to give away your information, but we might contact you to be a guest. So keep that in mind, and please follow us on Instagram to keep updated. We're gonna get into those Instagram questions. Then Sammy is gonna get in the box, and we're going to talk a little bit about how art is beneficial to our mental health. And then we have a bunch of artists. We have 17 artists actually. Not all of them are going to be speaking today, but we have 17 artists on and off of the app who have art featured here, and 9 of them are going to be guests in the box today. So this is going to be super exciting. So let's in questions. So I asked you guys, how is art therapeutic for you? It helps me to calm down. Creating art is therapeutic for this person because they do woodworking. A lot of people don't see that art is see that as art, but that's all that matters to me. I would say that's art. Helps me focus on something other than what's going on in my head. Creating is expressing your thoughts and feelings. It gives an outlet to you. Art gives me freedom. It teaches me to be kind to myself, and it's a huge stress reliever. Art can be a form of meditation without even realizing it. Art never has an expiration date, and it gives me that freedom and teaches me to be myself. It gives you a sense of achievement and success. The completion of something makes you feel a whole new feeling. It helps me to relax, release my depression and my anxiety. It allows me to channel my overthinking into something that's healthy. It allows me to express myself. It puts my mind somewhere else. It gets me to relax. It helps me escape reality for a bit. And thank you guys so much for answering all of those questions. We're going to get Sammy in the box here, guys. She is my co-host. She is a live streamer. She's an amazing person. And she is right here. Sammy J. How's it going? My music stopped. Okay, guys, so we're talking about art today. I'm sorry, I thought that was a dragon for a second. I was like, what? I was like, no, there's no way. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, guys, we are talking about art and its impact on our mental health. Sammy, how did you feel about some of those responses?
I thought they were great responses. I think, we're going to talk about some things about, what is maybe more beneficial versus less beneficial, those types of things. But for the most part, I think the great part about art is it can be kind of whatever you want it to be, and that's so freeing. And it's good to see so many people are benefiting from art. So I loved the answer. Uh-oh, did we freeze?
No.
There we go.
Hello, Sammy. Sammy frozen or am I frozen? Somebody let me know in the comments.
I'm frozen.
Well, hopefully. Oh, it might be me. Oh, is it me? Uh-oh. Somebody let me know. Hang on.
Yeah, you're a little pixely.
Okay, I just turned my Wi-Fi off. Hopefully that will fix the problem. I apologize. Of course, this would happen.
We're gonna work through it.
Am I getting better? I disconnected my Wi-Fi, so hopefully we're cool now.
I think we're gonna be good.
Getting there. Getting there. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, folks.
Who's playing Xbox? Tell him to stop.
Actually, I'm home by myself, so I don't know why this is happening. But anyway, if everybody's able to hear me now and we're cool, I'm just going to kind of get into a little bit about what art therapy is versus using art therapeutically. I think we're good now. Okay. Well, there is such a thing as art therapy, and I honestly don't know a ton about it. All that I know is that a it's an intervention used in addition with regular therapies, and it's led by a certified or a licensed. I'm not sure of the exact one, but it's by a licensed or certified art therapist, and they have a goal in mind. So because it is an intervention, there's a goal in mind, and the goal is to manage behaviors, process your feelings, reduce your anxiety and stress, to increase your self esteem. And that's just the difference with using art therapeutically. There's no intervention with a professional involved. I would say it's very open. It's like very like open. It's not everyone's therapeutic art's going to look like everybody else's.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, so it's like you're trying to achieve benefits and it makes you feel good, but you're not, you know what I mean? There's no professional involved at all. So
yep.
That's a difference.
Very similar to what we talked about with music therapy, guys. I don't know who all was here for the music therapy episode, but one of you were here for the music therapy episode. But same concept is like it's a therapy when you have a licensed or certified person involved. That's the biggest defining thing.
Definitely. And you guys know Sammy loves her stats. She loves her stats, so she's gonna give us some fun facts.
Yeah, so more facts today than stats. I don't have any percentages for you guys, but just some kind of cool findings. We're gonna try to keep this part a little bit short so we have time for all the amazing artwork that we have. But I did want to share a couple little fun facts with you guys. So one of them is that there are reports that those with bipolar disorder experience a higher level of creativity during their manic or hypomanic episodes. And that makes total sense. I think that's why a lot of individuals that struggle with bipolar disorder struggle with taking their meds, because it affects their creativity, because our medicine is going to stunt those manic episodes, and that causes a lot of frustration for people. That is
I relate to that so hard. I actually have bipolar disorder, and I just completely relate to that. When you're in that manic state, you feel like you can just do anything and you can conquer the world, and then so that makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Another fun fact is that drawing was found to help kids improve their mood by distracting them. So they did like a little study where they had kids of, I don't remember the ages, but it was kind of varying ages. And they had them think about a time in their life where they experienced stress. And then they either directed the child to draw a picture about that moment or to draw a picture of something totally separate from that moment. And they found that the kids that were able to focus on something else rated their mood as better when they rated it after they were done their artwork than the kids that focused on that moment. So distraction is really, really helpful in art. And then your last fun fact is that they did another study on people where they gave them like a little cell phone or some little device where they would like kind of like page them, and they would rate their mood at any given time when they got paged. And they found that people that rated themselves as happier were also doing something more creative, some kind of creative activity close to that moment or at that given moment. So definitely showing that art has to do with our creativity in general, has to do with our happiness levels. That's really cool stuff. Those are your fun facts.
If you guys are just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. I'm Gabby. This is Sammy. She is a mental health therapist, and we do the show on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. to talk about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being. We're talking about art today. You didn't miss too much if you're just jumping in here. Sammy just gave us a couple fun facts. We're going to talk a little bit about how art helps your brain. So one of the ways that art can help your brain is to help you imagine a more hopeful future. And this kind of like leads back to like caveman times. Your imagination is like very, very important to like progress in society, actually. Like to learn. You need an imagination to kind of progress. So they, how they like that's pretty much how society is like progressing is with imagination.
Yeah. Look at all of our inventors, engineers, those kinds of things. They're very creative individuals. They have to think outside of the box to keep us moving. If we keep our brain in the box, we're never going to like step outside of it and move further. So definitely makes sense. Also, we've been talking about reward centers in the brain a lot. So this is another area that gets art helps us to activate our reward center in the brain. So, and this happens no matter what level of art you're at, like if you're a beginner, if you're an expert, it doesn't matter. It's still going to make your brain feel good. So this is engaging in any sort of visual expression results in our reward pathways getting more blood to them, which again stimulates that reward center. So they're saying that this may also help with disorders that involve reward centers. So they're encouraging people that have addictions, eating disorders, mood disorders, all those kinds of things to use art because it can be a good substitute for when we're trying to find things that make us feel good instead of those other bad behaviors, negative behaviors. It can also lower stress. So there's a study in the Journal of the American Art Therapy Association that measured cortisol levels. So cortisol is a stress hormone. And so they took 39 patients and they found that 45 minutes of doing art in a studio setting significantly lowered their cortisol levels, regardless again of how advanced they were at art. So whether they were a beginner or an expert, it lowered their cortisol levels. So the less cortisol we have, the less we are in that fight or flight stressed mode. So that was really cool.
And the last thing on this list said that it allows you to focus deeply. And I found this interesting because all of our shows have really been focusing on mindfulness quite a bit. And, producing art, there's something in the science community. I had to look it up because I almost didn't believe it. But there's something called flow. And that's basically when you are so into your craft, whatever it is, and you just lose all sense of like time and space. And because you are so focused. So it's like you lose yourself in that moment. And it's cool that they give it a name because I've been in that state. I'm not like an artist by any means, but even if you're coloring in like pictures, you get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I would almost wonder for like those people that are in here that are athletic people or runners, if it's similar to like that runner's high they talk about, if it's a similar feeling. I have not experienced either, so because I'm not creative or a runner. Y'all let me know if you've experienced both of those. Let me know similar things.
Okay, so so now I just want to know, is there like a certain type of art that we should be like trying to do to get those benefits? Is there like a certain type of art, or does it matter?
Right. Yeah. So, okay. So some of the research, there's kind of conflicting research. So some of the research is like, not really sure. And some of it is saying that the more you can engage multiple senses when you're doing your artwork, because again, the more you can process things by using all your senses, the better you're going to feel at the end of it. So there are things like sculpting that is more, you're feeling a texture, you're hearing the clay, you're probably smelling the clay. There's a lot of senses going on there. Or even like coloring a mandala or like a geometric shape versus just like having a blank canvas. They're saying that maybe potentially we got a little bit better benefits, but those are just suggestions, not necessarily disputing anything else.
Right. So producing art, no matter what it is, has its benefits. So honestly, you just do what you want to do in that moment, what's going to make you happy in that moment, because, I know a lot of the people on here do a lot more than just what they're turning in now. Everyone here is like really talented. So I'm super excited. And I just want to say, thank you to all the artists in advance for,
Yeah.
being vulnerable enough to share your art and allowing me to talk with you guys about your experiences and how art's been beneficial for you. And I would like to say, please respect all of the artists. We did not require anything of it. We just said something you make with your hands. We had all levels of art creators. So just please be respectful. At the end of the day, yes, lots of different types as well. So at the end of the day, we are all doing this for ourselves. And so just be respectful of artists, please. Because it's going to be a really fun show. It is going to be a really, really fun show.
Yes.
If you guys are just joining us, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Sammy and I covered a little bit of information about how art impacts our mental health. So we're going to actually start bringing in some artists. I would like to do a roll call really quick to see if everybody is here.
Are all of our artists here?
Do we have Jesse?
I know I saw Jesse. Yep.
Kim Possible.
Yep.
Chris Dude.
Yep.
Kai.
Yep.
Cody and Courtney.
Here.
Okay. And Carlos and Eilena might not be here right at this second, but I put them last.
Okay.
Oh, and Zen. Yes, Zen.
Zen.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna pop out of here then.
Thank you, guys. We're gonna lose Sammy for a little bit. I'm so excited. We're about to see so many people on and off the app with their art, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to show you the very first person's art here. His name is Neil. He is he's actually not here today because he lives in the UK, but he's a sketch artist and he likes to sketch cartoon things. So I have a couple of his pieces here. He said that creating art helps him to overcome things he's endured over the years, and it's helped him make new friendships and to gain a following on social media. So these are 3 of his pieces. You can see here we got the Simpsons looking fresh. We have Shadow the Hedgehog, and this is Sonic. So those are his 3 sketches. If you guys want to follow him on Instagram, because he's not here right now, his Instagram is Neil Edmonds WDA 1991. So Neil, thank you so much for bringing the art in here. I'm sure you'll see this recorded somewhere. Our next artist is Jesse. Jesse will be our first guest in the box today. So I'm not going to really tell you about it, but this is Jesse's piece right here. I'm just curious, does anybody have any ideas about what this would mean to you if you're looking at it? Some of these, I want to ask that question about a couple of these actually, because I'm curious of everyone's interpretation of it. Women empowerment, feeling misplaced, hiding yourself. It's a sad lady. Well, let's see what Jesse has to say about it. Jesse, if you could request the box. And I'm going to try to move this so that maybe you guys can still see it. Can you guys see that picture still? Yes? Okay, cool. Okay. Jesse, hello. Thank you so much for agreeing to be on the show. I'm so excited. I love this piece that you sent in.
Thank you.
Guys, if you don't know Jesse, this is Jesse. You want to tell us just a little bit about yourself as a streamer? Or?
Yeah. I've been on here about 1.5 years. I'm from Indiana, and basically me and my kids, we all like art and photography and the outdoors and beauty in life. So that's basically kind of how this all started. So it's a great pastime for me and my kids to do, and nobody's fighting, everybody's just relaxing and painting. And if you mess up, it doesn't matter, because Bob Ross says they're happy little mistakes. So we just scratch it out and we go about our day.
Jesse, thank you. I love it. So do you have a title for this piece?
Well, actually, I think I did have a title.
I think that most people didn't have a title for their piece, so that's why I was curious, because I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of meaning behind it.
There really is. So basically, the way that I see it when I was painting it is just because someone looks strong on the outside doesn't necessarily mean that they're not fighting their own demons on the inside. And then the way that she has her hand up and you can kind of see the blue going down her hands a little bit. To me, that's more like the darkness trying to come in. And that actually was a mistake. The paint started to drip and then I just kind of went with it. And that's when I added the blue and everything. And it's basically like her trying to fight off the darkness as she's fighting her own demons as well, but she still has that smile and that strongness about her.
Wow. Wow, that is really cool.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to make this?
Not very long. I'd say about an hour because I had to let the hair dry and then go back over it with more color. And that was the first time I'd ever done a face. So I was super excited.
Wow, you did a good job. That was awesome. That is so awesome. So,
Thank you.
so how has art helped you on, if you have, I mean, you don't have to get too vulnerable if you don't want to, but on your journey through mental health, how has art been beneficial for you?
It's helped me a lot. Like, I mean, I have social anxiety. I've got anxiety just in general. So I try to find things that help me get my mind off of the problems that I'm facing in life, you know, or I could just have stress for no reason. And sitting down and drawing or painting or even photography, I like photography. Things like that just really, it seems to calm everything down and kind of get you out of the stressful world and into your own little bubble. And you
Yeah.
can just kind of do whatever you want to do. And like I said, it helps with me and my kids as well. It's something that we can do together. We can sit down as a family and everybody's got their own little thing. And it's,
See, that's
it's nice.
awesome. That is really, really awesome. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add before I have you get out of the box?
I actually have a lot of my art pieces. I'm working on an online store right now.
I'll show you your Instagram in a sec.
Yeah, so my Instagram, if you go to my Instagram, it actually has a link to the store because the link is gigantic. It's a T from Teespring, but it's gigantic. So if you just go to my Instagram, click on the link, and most of my artwork's in there. I'm still tweaking it a little bit, but that piece there looks really great on like mugs and tapestries and things like that. But I have a whole lot of other pieces in there you can check out.
That's awesome. I'm going to show you your Instagram here in a second. I thought that I was going to ask you one more thing, but now I actually forget what I was going to ask you. So I guess we're cool now.
Okay.
It was an extra question I wasn't originally going to ask. Then I forgot it anyway.
Okay.
You know what I was going to ask? I'm sorry. When do you go live? Do you ever do art on your live stream?
You know, that's the one thing I really haven't done yet. I never really thought about it because it's just something that kind of comes to me. If I decide I want to start painting or drawing, then I just do. So I don't know. It's something that maybe in the future I can incorporate.
That would be really cool. Well, thank you again for submitting your art and being a part of the show. Guys, please favorite Jessie. She is so amazing. I just met her recently and she's so awesome. So please
Thank you so much.
Go visit her live. Yes, of course. Thank you so much. If you could just exit yourself out of the box. Here's her Instagram. If you guys want to take a screenshot, this is her. It's Look to the Stars with a Z7. So that's Jessie's Instagram. So thank you, Jessie, for being on. Tori, we have Kim now, Kim Possible. This is her art piece. What do you guys think about this one? Me and Sammy both were not really expecting a piece like this from Kim, so we were definitely are interested to hear what she has to say. Now, the art that people gave me were from different points of their life and not necessarily like right now. So, Kim, I'm interested to hear what you have to say. And hopefully you can see it okay. Let me double check that I have this okay. Can you guys see the piece okay? It might be covered up. Hey, Kim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for being on, Kim.
Of course.
You see it? Okay. So Kim, thank you so much for joining us. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into your piece?
Okay. Hi, my name is Kim. I have two shows that I do on the app. Called Dreams of the Future on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and Talent Exposed on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I I guess that's it.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for being on. She's also a very great singer and she's involved in the music community
Yeah.
on here. So don't let her fool you. She's full of surprises. Well, Kim, so tell us a little bit about what inspired you to create this piece.
So I struggle with anxiety. I have generalized anxiety disorder. And when I was in the psych hospital like 3 years ago, or 2017, however many years ago that was.
Like 4 now. I know time is going so fast.
And yeah, so I was just like, you know, I was in I was like in between medications, like the regular ER. I would always go to the ER because I was in between medications and trying to figure out what medications worked best for me.
Mhm.
And so they ended up sending me to the psych hospital because they were just like, you know what, instead of coming back to the ER so many times, we'll just send you to the psych hospital until you get it all sorted out. So while I was in the psych hospital, you don't really have much to like handle. Like they take all your stuff from you. They give you only like their own types of pens and paper and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And like so like basically I would just and basically I would just go into my little room and I would just draw things or write things down. And this was I started out by drawing that with the pen, and then like when I got released from the hospital, I scanned it into my computer, and I added the color into it.
Oh, that's cool.
And what it represents is like it's like because it's how I was feeling. I was feeling like I was trapped and I couldn't find a way to get rid of my anxiety, and it was just like I was dealing with it so much that it was like felt like I had no way out. So that's like what it entails. And the anxiety demon, as I like to call it, is like just like making me like suffer, and like and then it's like just telling me that you're gonna be like this forever. And like it was in a time that I felt very like hopeless that I was gonna get better. So
Well, Kim, I'm really glad that you are better. You've made a lot of progress in the past 3 years. Thank you so much for being vulnerable. This piece had a lot of meaning. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
first, thank you.
Guys, please pray for Kim. She is an amazing individual. Also, I'll have her Instagram up here. I'll have your Instagram here too as well so they can follow you.
Okay.
So Kim, thank you so much for being a guest. If you could exit yourself. Me and Sammy are about to join forces once again to talk about the past two pieces. Guys, Kim, oopsie, I had it moved because to show it better to you. So this is Kim's Instagram. It's the story of underscore Kim 517. If you ever want to keep updates with her and her journey, she's like a master of all trades. Sammy J, back in the box. If you guys are just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy, and we are talking about art and its benefits on mental health, and we just saw 3 different pieces. Well, maybe like more than that actually. But
right. 3 different artists.
So here's Neil's, just to give you a recap. Neil's art is here.
Neil's art is just so much fun. It's so full of life. just like Neil. I don't know if anybody knows Neil. He is just an amazing, amazing soul. So it totally captures who Neil is.
Yeah, Neil is someone who's new to me, so I don't know that I've ever been to his live stream, but now I'm definitely interested now. This is really fun.
Yes, yes.
And then Neil's Instagram. Hope you guys will follow him there. Jesse's piece was really deep.
Oh my gosh, yes, yes. And as she was explaining it, I was just like, yes, I see it. I see it. I'm by no means an art interpreter of any sort. But yeah, having as she was saying it, I was like, I can absolutely see it. Sometimes you look at art and people are explaining it and you're like, how did you get from there to there? I'm not seeing the visuals, but I totally got it. Actually, both her and Kim's piece, like as they're explaining, I was like, yes, I feel that like in my soul so much.
Yeah, Kim, I'm not gonna lie, your piece looks like I would be scared to be in that position.
And I think
so
that was the point.
Yeah, and you really showed your emotions through that. So thank you guys for being here, for having your art in here. I hope you guys will favorite Kim and Neil and Jesse.
And I liked how Kim's was like a multi-platform too, like to be like a drawing sketch and then put it and make it digital as well. Like that's fascinating to me too.
I think we might have one other person who does that.
Love it. Love it.
Something like that anyway. It kind of goes beyond me, that type of technology.
Me too.
Well, our next artist is actually someone who's anonymous. Okay. You might be able to stay in the box. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. No, we'll just stick with what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I should just not try to change things on the fly. Don't break it if don't fix it if it's not broken, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, I'm calling her the anonymous sculptor. This is a friend of mine who does not want to be named, and I had to write her information down. She has a very where are we at here? Her story behind this is like really, really crazy. You wouldn't expect it. Okay, so she is a sculptor, and she mostly does like animals. So she specializes in animals when it comes to art. So this is a piece. It's a couple pages. It's a couple pieces in one. It's like one piece, but it's a couple. So the piece I'm about to show you is about trauma responses in relationships. So this is when you're hurting a new partner because you're still navigating emotionally from where you left off with the last partner that hurt you. And she did this through like I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's a goat. And it has like wooden stakes through it. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's made out of clay. Here, let me turn this light off. This is a very interesting one to see the detail. This is another one. This is what you can't really see is that actually you might be able to see it a little bit. It almost looks like there's cotton in the mouth of the one goat. The other goat has stakes through it. And then it's the same thing, just a little closer up. Can you guys see that okay? Isn't that really crazy? That I found that just absolutely blew my mind. And this goat has oh my gosh, what's it called? Their eyes are covered. So yeah, this is supposed to symbolize relationship trauma and carrying it on to your next partner. So V, if you're watching, her name's not really V, but I'm gonna call her V. Thank you so much for thank you so much for bringing your art to our show. The message behind this is very powerful, and I appreciate you for sharing it. I wish I could give you credit, but she wants to stay anonymous. I will respect her wishes. Zen is our next artist. She'll be getting in the box here shortly. So before I have her in the box, I'm going to just show you a little bit of this. So this is Zen. She is a certified makeup artist. So Zen did this to her face herself, all by herself, no help. Well, I don't know if she got help or not, but I'm like speaking on her behalf. But no, seriously, this is her face, though. This is her art. That's her. I almost didn't believe it was her when I saw it. It's really wild. She's so talented. Zen, thank you so much for being a part of our show. This is really amazing. what you can do. Like I can't, that doesn't even look like, it looks animated. That's crazy. Guys, without further ado, let's get Zen, the host of the reveal in the box. We move this a little bit. Maybe if I move this, we'll be able to see your pieces, and I can just kind of roll through them maybe. And I did end up using them all. Zen, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. This is kind of like a little twist on what you normally guest for, so this is really exciting.
Yeah, I obviously am a singer on the app. For those that don't know, I have my own show called The Reveal. It's every Monday at 8 p.m. Basically, I have singers, musicians, dancers come on. They perform using a Lurk account and wearing some sort of disguise, a costume that hides their identity. We try to guess who they are. At the end, we do the big reveal and get to, show you these amazing artists. And people don't know that I also visually transform myself as well. I've been a certified makeup artist since I want to say 2017. Yeah, because that was the year I graduated high school. It's a lot of fun, it's so easy to behold held in these normal beauty standards that everybody thinks you have to look this way in order to be beautiful. And I like to use my body painting and my art to show that there's so many other ways to express yourself and express your own beauty and individuality throughout, everything. And I like, especially with you see Mama Imelda in there, and that one behind is from Corpse Bride. That was my favorite part of the movie, when she just turns into a bunch of blue butterflies and is set free, and I really wanted to captivate that in the work. But I have to
ask, everything that's surrounding you, is that props, or is that editing, or is that what? I'm just wow. Not only is your art good, but the whole thing is good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really interested in how you create these things. So this is really, really cool.
Yeah. So the butterflies, the flowers, any wigs or anything that I use is all there. I do have merch coming out where I will be sharing some of my artwork, such as these, on notebooks or posters and things like that have some more editing to make it a little bit more magical. But yeah, all of it is already there.
That is really cool. So I'm just going to kind of go through them if you want to just tell us a little bit about each of them.
Sure. So this is the second body paint I've ever done. It is basically a pop art zombie. I really wanted to explore what a colorful zombie would look like if it came straight out of a comic book. And so this was my take on that. Yeah, this one was completely original. I love making aliens. I love making new creatures that are beautiful and different. And I just sat there one day just scribbling and drawing on my face, and I was like, well, this is what it is. It's an alien, So that's one of those.
It's really cool.
Thank you. So a lot of people tell me it reminds them of a specific movie, and I'm forgetting the name of it because she has a similar thing with I think a moth or something covering her mouth. I don't know where I got the inspiration from, but I really wanted to paint a butterfly. It took forever because butterflies are, Silence of the Lambs, exactly. They take forever to do all the details and stuff. But it was scenes where I wanted to make it super interesting, where it looks like a real butterfly on my face.
Yeah, and the thing that you unfortunately can't see at your home on your phone is that there's even more detail that you can't see. This doesn't do it any justice, because I see it in front of me on my computer, and there's every little teeny bitty details that you can't see here.
Yeah,
you have to be such a patient person for sure. This one's awesome.
It does. It takes a long time. Body painting, especially if you're going in with a bunch of detail, it takes at least 3 hours, but it's one of those things where if I'm anxious or feeling some type of way, it just takes my mind away from the real world. I'm only focusing on making the art. And this is Mama Imelda. I love the movie Coco, such a huge inspiration. I used to work as a princess and as a character for kids' parties. And so they wanted a Mama Imelda character, and I just sat there and painted myself for the whole thing. And everybody loved it. The kids loved it, but that's where that one came from.
That's cool.
And that's Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy. I really wanted to challenge myself and push the boundaries of what I thought I was capable of or not, you know. So this one also has like a lot of detail on the top that took forever because I painted all of the mechanical pieces on, and as well as the clothing and such. Like everything is completely hand painted, but I really wanted to like push my boundaries and see what I could do with it.
How many hours did this take you to do? It's very detailed.
It's maybe I want to say 5. It could have been more, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Do you ever do this on your live stream?
I do, yeah. I have one coming up soon, actually. I promise people that once I hit my 2 milli, and thank you to everybody that, you know, helped make that possible. Some of them are down below. But I hit it on my show on Monday, and I promise that I do like a Shigo cosplay stream. So I really want to like delve into it.
Oh, listen, I love Shigo.
Yeah.
Do you have a date picked out for that? Because I'm totally in. I'll be there.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. It'll be sometime early February, like the first week of February. So yeah.
Yeah, hit send with the favorites. You don't miss that, guys. Here's the last one.
So I was messing around and I started like painting my hand with like a galaxy, you know, pattern. I really wanted to like see what I could do, like if I can actually make it look like the night sky. And then I posted it on Instagram, just a picture of my hand in paint, and was like, should I just make this a whole look? And people said yeah, so I just decided to, you know, go along and see what it'd look like if I had like a camouflage alien, you know what I mean? Like she just looked like she was part of the galaxy itself. And so that's where this piece
That is cool. That is cool. Zen, thank you so much for participating in this episode. I'm really excited that you are so talented. That is I'm just blown away. I'll be honest, I can't even draw. So I'm just blown away.
You can, you know, art is a form of self-expression, and even if you're
Definitely.
not perfect or it doesn't look realistic, doesn't mean it's not beautiful, and doesn't mean that
Absolutely.
it's not, you know, art, you know. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you for having
You're amazing.
me, Sammy.
Is there anything else you would like to add before you head out of here?
I don't know. It's one of those things. There's so much that you could say to close it off. If you'd like to be on my show, hit me up on my Instagram. It's in my bio. That's something I always have to plug. And I have merch coming soon. So if you have ideas of something you'd like me to make and design myself, I'm designing all of it myself. Please hit me up and say, hey, I have this idea. I would love for you to do this, and I'll do it. You know, art is amazing, and find your own way of self-expression. Art can help literally anybody. You know, it is an escape, and it is a way to express feelings that sometimes you can't express out loud to the people around you. So find something that, you know, could be fun, even if it's just coloring.
Zen, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Guys, please favorite her. Her Instagram is going to be here after she closes herself out. Zen, thank you. Bye, Zen. Thank you so much, Zen. That was really impressive. So guys, if you're just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. We were just speaking with Zen about how she expresses herself through they're certified makeup artist. She's a certified makeup artist, and she does it on herself, which is even more impressive. I feel like it's hard to do makeup on yourself sometimes. I don't know. But that's amazing. We're gonna get see here. We had a cancellation tonight, so throw me through a bit of a loop here. We have one more artist who's not actually here tonight, and his name is Dakota. He has a conflict and couldn't make it, but Dakota is a nature photographer, and you guys I just kind of gave you away the piece, but I'll read a little bit about what he said about it. And my comments went all the way down to the bottom here. So when I asked Dakota to pick out a piece for this, he said that he doesn't really have a favorite piece, but this would nearly be it. And that his mood changes really often, so he can't say that this will always be his favorite piece. But for right now, it's great. And it's really easy on the eyes. He didn't put much effort into capturing the photo, and life shouldn't be so difficult as the things that he had experienced and seen. Life should be simple, and it's not complicated, just like this flower, just like life should be. Simple things in life are beautiful, and helps him go into things with a better mood. So he chose this as his piece. Unfortunately, because of the lighting in here, I don't think it does it much justice. But Dakota, thank you so much. If you're watching this eventually, because it's getting recorded, I know it's so pretty. We're gonna get Sammy J back in the box here, talk to her a little bit about what she's thinking about these pieces we just saw. Sammy J. And here's, oh yeah. Sammy,
yeah.
welcome back. Yeah, I will not forget. I'll show that right after we talk a little bit.
Awesome. So can I just say that when we do a run through before this, guys, on Sundays, and when we looked at Zen's pictures, I was not comprehending the fact that that was photography, not just a painting. I thought when you meant that she painted herself, that she like did portraits of herself. I was like sitting here like,
no, I meant like she seriously did that to herself.
like she painted on herself. Girl.
Oh, that's funny.
Mind blown.
Oh,
You
man.
are incredible. Yeah. And if Poppy Stark's still in here, you're fired. Zen is creating me as an alien next time, because these alien pieces are amazing. I was an alien on Poppy Stark's show the last 2 weeks. Oh, he's fired. Zen's in.
So the piece before Zen was this one with the goats.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was so powerful. Like having that little blurb with it. Like I think initially looking at it, again, I am not an art interpreter whatsoever, but like having that meaning with it was like, I get it. I feel the feeling now. Like so amazingly powerful. That was fantastic.
I would have never guessed that was. I mean, I'm just going to read it one more time, what she said about her piece, because it really is a powerful piece. So this person's anonymous, the one who did the goats, and the piece is about trauma responses in relationships, hurting a new partner because you're still navigating emotionally from where you left off with the last one that hurt you. Mm-hmm. And this is, she primarily does animal sculpting, and I think other types of art as well, but yeah,
that like symbolism of like being blind going into it, like not knowing how you're hurting yourself, how you're hurting the other person, you know. I just love it. That was amazing. And
we had a lot of deep stuff so far. And then this was, oh my gosh, why do I do this to myself? His Instagram name is not the same as Dakota. He's not even on Meet Me, but he wanted it to be on the show, so he might make an account. Ooh. And he might go to our YouTube channel and watch, because he won't be able to make it today. Sammy, we have some more artists to go through, so I'm going to have you exit the box. Thank you guys again. Thank you guys for being here again. This is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. I'm Gabby. This is Sammy, who just left us. I'm going to put up Dakota's Instagram. He was the one who did the photography of this flowers, so please hit him with a follow on Instagram. Right now we're talking about how art benefits our mental health, and we're talking to a few different artists about their experiences. So the next artist is Chris Dude. So we have some pictures here. So he has a ukulele, and he decided that he was going to paint on it. So I'm going to show you these pictures, but he might even have his ukulele conveniently with him to show us. So this is Love Not War on the frets. Art is free. Unity. On the back it said it says Uke Fam. There was a swear word, but I had to remove it for the show. But you know, it's okay though. All in good fun. And this is the one side of it. And there's lots of different stickers I see that you've added, so I'm really curious to know the meaning behind them, Chris. Uke Fam, of course. Hashtag Uke Fam. And this is Chris's Instagram. So Chris, I'm going to get you in the box. I hope that you covered up the back of your ukulele. So you can't swear on here.
It's okay.
Ooh, good thing you did that. Chris, how are you doing?
Well, Gabby, so much love. Thanks for having me here. You know, this is just so awesome that we're covering such a topic like this. And art has been a topic that I carried with myself, my whole personality ever since I was 5, and I'm 24 now, and I'm still outgoing with art, like different types of art.
That's amazing. So I think that as long as your lighting is good enough and we can see it, I'm gonna see. Actually, we might even just make you the large box. Actually, if you're gonna show me your ukulele, are
Yeah,
you okay with that?
I am perfectly fine. I'm not. I'm not.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not ticked. Okay. So Chris has a ukulele he painted and he has it with him. So we're just going to look at it up close and personal. So Chris, you can start wherever you'd like. I would just like to hear the meaning behind everything that you've added to this ukulele.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I'll get started here. So, where can I start? So.
How about with the frets?
Okay, so
Your frets there.
Okay, so you see where it says "Love Not War, Art is Free." So where I got the idea to write this, so "Love Not War," basically, when you are painting or when you're sculpting or when you're doing some kind of like art, like no matter what it is, you want to be able to put all that kind of love and compassion. Like you don't want to have a war, whether you're sitting there deciding what color do I need to use or like what kind of paintbrush do I need to use. At that point, it's like you're trying to have a war, like you're trying to fight, like, oh, I need to use this, I need to make it perfect. The most important thing is that you love what you love doing. And if you don't think too hard what you're creating, and you just love that you're creating art for fun, like you're having fun with it, to me, that is love, not war.
I like it. I like it. Now, how about we'll get down to the base of it. Unity, and then you have those stickers. Okay, listen, I'm a sticker person. Fun fact, I love stickers. I don't know. I know that technically you didn't make the art, but you included it in. So I didn't know if there's any meaning behind any of the stickers, because you have a couple that really stick out.
Okay, I do. So let me explain this one. So this one I kind of didn't really think about. I kind of just slapped it on there so I can like kind of cover, the.
Oh yeah, that was an explicit word, and Chris was nice enough to cover it up so that we could show you guys the ukulele. I felt bad that you had to do it, but I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Gabby. I like the important thing is that like, because as long as you're verified and you have to go by the rule that says, oh hey, you can't curse, like I can respect that. Like I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, what do you mean?
Oh. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. Okay, so moving on to those stickers.
So all right, so this one I kind of just slapped on there. So this one I don't know if you can really tell, but the top part here is a woman, and the bottom here is part of a dragonfly.
Okay, I would have never been able to see that on this picture here.
To me,
I really like the.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Keep going, Chris. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. No worries. So the sticker here with this woman who is part human, part dragonfly. This is like to me, like it's like transparent, or it's like a transforming. So to me, this is like a woman who's transforming out of her own enemy. And she's transforming into pretty much art, like pretty much the best way I can explain it.
I like that. I like the one next to it. I think that one's really cool.
So the light bulb with the rose, this one actually stuck out to me because it has both a beautiful and a very dark theme to it.
And then you have an abstract looking peace sign right there, which was not originally the intent of this, but it turned out pretty cool. So I dig it. I think it looks pretty dope.
Oh yeah. So a little story about this peace sign. So it originally was not supposed to be like this, but I'm actually proud of the way it turned out. So I decided to do a little experiment here. I decided to do a little painting style called distortion. So what I did was I had a bottle of purple, and what I did was I squeezed it out to make it look like a peace sign, but it looked very messy, which I didn't really care, because even if you mess up, remember what Bob Ross said, there's no mistakes, there's happy accidents.
Yep.
So this was pretty much a happy accident here. So what I did was I tilted the ukulele up, and I let the purple just drip, slide down, do its own thing, and it made a little distortion. Kind of looks like a small pitchfork.
I didn't even think that. That's funny. No, it looks really cool though. It looks really cool. And then you have the sticker,
Which side is that?
the one on the back. That one.
All right, so this fist here, and you can see how the fist is colored in. I did not do that. It actually came like that. So this sticker also represents unity. The colors represent the colors. I can definitely I want to say in this rate the colors represent pride, but the colors also represent being open-minded. So
I like it.
So the fist with the colors bit means like, don't listen to what any haters have to say, raise your fist, be proud of who you are, what you're creating. And, just don't take any, like, don't blame yourself for what you're doing, because like, what's to blame yourself for making art? You're doing your part. You're making what makes you feel happy.
So you made this ukulele with the show in mind. Is that right? Like the actual painting of it? You were driven by the show to create that, or were you already going to paint it?
So I actually I guess you could say that, but I actually had the idea to paint this ukulele about 2 months ago. What happened?
Wow.
What happened was 2 months ago, I was walking up some stairs and I had the ukulele in my book bag, and I somehow fell up the stairs. And the ukulele somehow fell out of my book bag. And when it fell, all the strings broke. And I was like, well, that's the last thing I really needed.
Oh man, that stinks. Oh, that stinks. But hey, it led you to something really cool. And I appreciate you for being here and taking the time out of your night to be a guest and to show us your ukulele. Is there anything else you would like to add before we move on to the next guest? And I realize now it is 10 o'clock and I think that I'm going to need to somehow let Chris Casper know, or the show might go on for an extra half an hour.
Sounds perfectly good. I think I might actually head out early because with me, I had to be up at 4:30. So I'm glad that you asked me to spare some time here. Stay up a little late and show a little bit of my art, like how I experimented. And I appreciate you so much. I couldn't really say anything more. And everybody else here for showing their artwork, Jesse, Zen, etc. Nothing but love for you guys.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm going to have you exit yourself out of the box.
Sounds
and
good.
We're going to have our, and by the way.
Oh, here.
Let me get your
go ahead.
I need to be bigger for it anyway. Hang on a minute. How do I do that? It's okay, Chris. I got you. All right, cool. We're good. So, guys, this is Chris's Instagram. I hope you guys favorited him. @me_Chris, dude. He's an awesome individual. If you guys are just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. This is a show about coping with emotional, social, and psychological well-being. And today we're talking about art and its impact on our mental health. We have a few more artists to get through for the night, and the show is definitely going on longer than I expected. So it's actually a really awesome thing. So thank you guys so much. I didn't expect such a good turnout for the show. Kai is next. This is Kai's piece. Kai, if you would like to get in the box and tell us a little bit about your inspiration behind this.
Oh, I'm so big.
Ooh, hang on. Let's fix that. There we go. Now we're back. Kai, thank you so much for being a guest. I am so glad you're here. If nobody knows who you are, hopefully all of you guys know who he is. If you don't, make sure you hit it with a favorite. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into your art piece.
I'm actually fairly new to my creative character name on video games and stuff like that, like Alistair. So I've actually recently changed that to kind of show respect for my good friend Kai, Ki. I absolutely appreciate her and appreciate the fact that she's been
Aw.
supportive in the fact that I've actually been streaming and stuff like that. So, um, yeah.
That's amazing. Well, Kai, tell us a little bit about your piece here, the inspiration behind it. Curious.
So that is actually Spawn. I'm not sure if anybody's actually a Marvel fan or anything like that, but that's actually a fictional character. Is an actual anti-hero, and he struggles with um, reconciling with the fact that he's died and actually made a deal to return to life and actually he recognizes that he's lost some sense of love and he does some sense of good but in the name of darkness. So I think he recognizes his darkness as for what it is and appreciates it for what it is. So
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kai, again. And this is really awesome. You guys, oh my gosh, you guys are so talented. Can't even take it. So, could you tell us a little bit about how art has impacted your mental health?
honestly, this was actually kind of a return for me to art. I actually did this piece just for this show, just to show appreciation for all my friends and everything like that. And I really didn't have a lot of deep thought into everything that was going on. But the more I thought about it was, just to recognize like who you are and, the things that you do and how you impact the things that you are. And, just be okay with what you do and what you put out into the universe. So,
Kai, thank you. You are amazing as always. Guys, please hit him with the favorite. Is there like a certain time that you go live if anybody wants to catch you?
I'm kind of inconsistent, and still fairly new to streaming. So if anybody wants to come hang out or anything like that, I do stream pretty regularly. But my streaming, I want to just make it personable and people to feel okay with um, just talking about any topic in general. And as the stream grows, I do have an idea for merch and stuff like that, but
Cool.
that'll grow as time progresses for sure.
Awesome. Well, Kai, thank you so much for joining us. If you could exit the box, we have one more art piece to look at. He's not guesting with us today. He might be here though. His name is Tuttle Buttle on the app. He drew a piece for us. Oh yeah, and this is Awaken Kai's. This is his Instagram, by the way. For I guess his name is Ali now. I should call you by your correct name. So Tuttle Buttle has a pretty. He has a lot of specific things in his drawings. So once again, thank you all so much for joining. This is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. Right now, we're talking about how art is beneficial to our mental health. And in this photo here, I'm going to just read what Tuttle Buttle said about it. Each thing in the drawing, rather it be my pets, swords, video games, music, and shows, it all signifies what helps me day by day and distracts me from difficult things that I have been through in my life, like surgeries. My pets, video games, music, it all helps me with my mental health because I can listen to music and be around my pets, things like that. And it helps me to not think about the difficult things that I've gone through in my life. So Tunnel Bottle, thank you so much. I don't know if you're here, but if he is here, hit him with a favorite. He actually made this for our show specifically. It's really hard to see, but this says In It Together with Gabby and Sammy right there. So shout out to you, Tuttle Bottle. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for participating. I'm gonna have Sammy J jump back in the box, talk a little bit about these pieces. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hi.
Hello.
So
Sammy.
awesome. More and more awesome pieces. Just I love them. Love them, love them. This is such a good change of like platforms, right? So it's not just, we had body painting and now we have instrument painting.
Yeah.
So many good messages on there. Love it. Chris did a fantastic job.
Yeah, so that was the ukulele Chris did, and then this is Ty's anti-hero.
That was so good. Yeah, I love it.
And then
I'm not a big
Tunnel Bottle.
superhero person, but that was really good.
Thank you so much, guys. So I didn't realize how our time was gonna be like this, so I'm gonna start moving on.
Okay.
Sammy, we'll see you soon. So the next piece is by somebody you guys might know by the name of NorCal Blondie. She is not here with us today. Unfortunately, she had an emergency. She was going to be our guest, but she likes to do sketches. So she's been sketching for years. So here is this piece called Handless Woman. If you guys don't know NorCal Blondie, she is the DJ battle host. You should definitely have her favorited. It's an amazing show. So she said that sketching allows me to escape for a moment from reality. And she's speaking about COVID in particular right now. It helps her dive into a world where my mind is connected to the paper through an extension of my hands. My hands are my tools. I've learned to be patient, disciplined, and have self-awareness through art. And she also has sketched some live streamers on the app. So you guys might recognize, this is Magician Bob right up here. And she actually sketched him. And I wish she was here. I would love to pick her brain about this, but unfortunately she had an emergency and she can't make it here today. We're gonna move on to Daniel. Daniel is here in the chat somewhere. He actually makes pens. He makes pens and works with, I think he does woodworking, yes. Or having your art in here. These are a couple of pieces that show some of his designs that he's come up with. So Daniel said that the way pen making or wood carving helps with mental health is that you create whatever shape or design is in your mind. The joy in people's faces when you make something for them is amazing. So this is really, really cool. Thank you so much, Daniel. He does not have an Instagram, so if you see him in the comments, hit him with a favorite. Is Zach Attack here by chance? Because if you are Zach Attack, I actually never got a response from you about this art piece. So if you're here and you'd like to jump in the box and talk about it, feel free. And if you're not here, then we are going to move on because I don't really know what to say about it because it's not my piece. But this is Zach Attack. He's on the app. I thought I saw him in here earlier, but I guess I am mistaken. So thank you so much, Zach, for participating. You'll be able to see this on YouTube. So the next art is from my friend Cody, who I actually know in real life and got him on the app. I have to turn these lights off for this. So I actually have two artists, Cody and Courtney, and they're both together right now. Well, they're married, so yeah, they're together right now. But this is Cody's art, so I'm just curious to hear what he has to say about this. Let's see if he is in the box. So you guys are both in the box, I think, is what's happening right now. Cody and Courtney, everybody, hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, the time has come. So guys, these are my friends Cody and Courtney. If you want to like tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you great.
So I just recently started getting back into like the digital art stuff. I used to do a lot of tablet drawing and I recently got an iPad. So Procreate's great. So I mean, I've just been posting more. I've just been trying to like actually outwardly express things like this or like music or whatever it may be. And the anxiety of posting these things and getting feedback or having people see it is scary.
Yeah, it is so scary. I feel that. But this is really awesome. You put a lot of thought into it.
Well, this one, so I was listening to Stevie Wonder, and if anyone knows the song "Visions" by Stevie Wonder, I feel like it fits really with this piece. And yeah, I just feel like if you listen to that song and you look at that at the same time, it just makes a lot of sense.
Should I put it on really quick?
Good.
What's it called?
Called Visions.
Visions by Stevie Wonder. Alexa, play Visions by Stevie Wonder. So let's get into Cody's mind real quick here with this piece.
Here's Visions, a Stevie Wonder.
I am curious to know, like, there's like certain things I'm seeing in here that I'm curious to know, like, what made you add them?
Well,
Like, I see
I guess another inspiration would be like Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of got like these interesting things going on, different like colors, like nice bright colors. I did have like a weird kind of color scheme with this one, but also make it real almost. And that's just kind of the vibe that the song gave me.
Able to hear it because when it's turned up a little bit, I actually can't hear you that well. So, but I will definitely play it after my live stream if you guys stick around. If you guys want to hear it. So Cody and I have known each other for a really, really long time. Really, really long time. So how has art helped you with your mental health, or how is it helping you now?
It's helping me now just build confidence, I guess. Posting things from earlier about the flow. Art is like the only thing that does that for me. Normally I'm looking at the clock constantly, just watching time go by slowly, but I do something like that. Turns out six hours later, I'm like, oh, hi everyone.
You know what?
Didn't know you were here.
Okay, listen, Cody. So because you and I know each other, I know that you'll know who Neil Hilborn is.
Of course.
Okay, because listen, I have his book that I bought a long time ago, and it's Cody and I like lived together for many years. Like he was like my brother, and his family was amazing to me, and so like we just have a lot in common as far as like depression. But all jokes aside, there's something I wanted to read from this, and I'm sure that you already know what I might be reading, possibly. I think that the genes for being an artist and mentally ill aren't just related, they're the same gene. But try telling that to a bill collector. I found this yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to read that today because I don't have a tarot card for you guys tonight. So this is what we're adding in there. And I wanted to add it with Cody because Cody just knows that poem.
I actually miss him. I haven't seen any of his new stuff, if he's actually been doing new stuff or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But Cody, I appreciate you for being here. I'll put your Instagram in here after because Courtney can just get right in the box and start talking about her stuff now.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thank you so much, Cody. Guys, I don't know if you should favorite this account. I don't know if they're going to actually live stream on it, but favorite it anyway.
Possibly, eventually. But we're actually on Courtney's account, so definitely favorite her account.
Yes, favorite her. Well, Cody, thank you so much. It's time to meet Courtney. So Courtney is a photographer, and she's amazing. I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself because she'll do it way better than me.
Hi, I am Courtney. I dabble mostly in like portrait photography, nature, conceptual, and then I do weddings too. I'm not doing that as much anymore, but it's fun to do it once in a while. I've been doing photography for like 8 years now. I started in film, and then like 3 years in, I switched to digital and had to relearn everything. And I never anticipated taking pictures of people, but now I'm here, so.
So what you do, you do styled concepts. Is that how you word it? I hope I'm not saying it wrong, but I might be.
Yeah. The styled concepts is just like I a lot of times get ideas in my head over stupid things. Like I could see a flower outside and I have a whole concept that pops in my head of something I could do with a person and make a piece of art with. So it's hard to explain because the things that inspire me are very simple and most people pass them by. But then I look at something and I'm like, oh, this spawns like an entire concept that I can make and like put someone in and like make a piece of art with a human being with. So I have a whole bunch of ideas that kind of a wide variety of people.
I even took part in some shoots with Courtney. So if you guys definitely make sure you follow Courtney on Instagram. I'll have it plugged up at the end of the show, but we have a couple of her styled concepts. So let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Oh, that one is ink. I did that like
2 years ago, I think. So ink was kind of
Okay.
this idea.
Can you see it okay, by the way, before you go too far? Can you see it okay?
Yeah, it's
Is it cut off?
kind of like fuzzy, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, how about that? A little better.
If anyone can't see what's on him, it's black butterflies.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine. We took quite a bit of time just applying the makeup on him.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of work was done in this.
Yeah, I mean, he was down for it. Like, if I ever have a concept that requires a lot of this, I always talk about it beforehand so that the person has a decision of like if they want to go through all that or not. The idea behind this, it was just more of like the art of it. It doesn't really have like an in-depth meaning. I know a lot of my other ones will have like inner meanings to them, but this one was just kind of like creating a statue and then kind of horrifying it. So it like later in like the concept, you'll see like a black gooey ink substance taking over him. So it's kind of like a step-by-step concept. It kind of grows as you look through the album.
Yeah, so definitely follow her on Instagram, 'cause all of her albums are there. Okay, hopefully you can see this whole thing. Probably not because of the box. I'll show them again in more detail. But can you see it, or are you covering it?
I mean, I can see it, but I took the picture, so I also
Yeah. Well, I'll go through them in more detail after you talk about it a little bit. So this piece looks like this is another styled concept that you've done.
Yeah, this one, this is from the first year that I did this type of concept. I've been trying to do it at least once every year, where it includes two girls and it's taking people back to like 70s vibes. But the whole concept is created by secondhand shopping, sustainable shopping, which good for the environment. So it's kind of like a step of teaching photographers what you could do as opposed to buying like brand new clothing that costs thousands of gallons of water to make and ends up in a landfill, which, fun fact, 10.8 billion articles of clothing end up in landfills per year.
Wow, it's sad.
So sustainable shopping is a good thing to do, especially if you do styled shoots often. I just have a bunch of clothes that I reuse and kind of do my own thing with. But especially for these concepts, I get a whole bunch of clothes. The models can kind of pick what they want to wear. We find a location and we shoot until we're tired.
Now I think this next one might be are there two photos that actually go into this that you've sent me, or is this just its own concept? Because I had a theory that two of them went together, but I wasn't sure.
Well, that one's from my concept titled The Veil. I think I only sent you one photo of that. There might be another one there that has like red hues in it and it's like a similar vibe, but I don't think it's from the same. I could be wrong. I might have sent you.
No, it's okay. I was wrong. Don't worry. I already know I'm wrong. Now that you're telling me the name of it, I know I'm wrong. Anyway, so what was your idea behind this this concept?
This one, so there is a haunted, I think haunted. It's just an abandoned factory in Hubbard, actually. I've shot there quite a bit ever since I moved back from Pittsburgh. I drove past it one day and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I saw there's no trespassing signs. Always look out for that. If there's no trespassing signs, please don't trespass. Don't do that. That's not safe. But also make sure you go with people. Don't go by yourself. So I saw this place. I shot there by myself like quite a few times beforehand, like with people. And then the girl in the photo was actually down to shoot there for this concept, which kind of worked because the idea behind the session was kind of creating like this world where people could apply their own interpretation of it. So the general basis is like a queen in her own like abandoned area. You know, things have gone to disarray, it's non-existent, and she kind of haunts the grounds that she used to rule over. So you can make up your own thing if you want. The idea is to allow the viewer that's watching to kind of picture in their head what it would have been before it was a ghost town. So
Interesting. I like that. So much thought. Now, how about this one?
oh, that one, that's from my concept Don't Play With Me. The idea is to remind adults that we need to have our own sense of fun and creativity too. We quite literally went to a children's playground to take these pictures, and we thrifted the most random articles of clothing that we could find and just threw them together. Kind of how, like, you know, when you were younger, you probably, if you're playing dress up, you put on your mom's thing. It's like oversized and doesn't really fit that well. It doesn't really match that well either, but you feel great and you kind of make up your own story as you go along. So, you know, your mind wanders when you're young. So it's just kind of like that, bringing you back to. Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
That's really cool. I would have never thought that, seeing this. I would have never thought that was the concept.
Yeah, it's just about having fun and. Yeah, this one is actually, that is Sleeping Beauty. That is from a concept that took like a year to do because it included like 11 people, I think, by the time I was done. I thrifted all the clothing for it, all the props for every single princess that I included. This is actually on my website too. I actually have like its own page for it so that whoever wants to see can see each princess, and like there's like 5 photos of each princess that you could kind of go through and see. But it was just about turning the Disney princesses into editorial concepts.
If you want to, you can plug your website while we're talking.
Oh yeah, it's just.
If you guys would like to check her out.
Yeah, it's just www.courtneystroop.photography.com. And Stroop is spelled like soup, so STROUP.
Okay, now this next one.
Oh, that's Baby's Breath. So this is actually inspired by a photography trend. So some of my styled concepts that I make pay tribute to popular trends within the photography community. Last year, this trend kind of took off. A lot of people were doing editorial concepts with Baby's Breath flowers. Just super simplistic, but it always looked really pretty, and I thought, oh, I could try it. And my friend Bailey was down for it, so we threw it together, and it actually worked out really well.
Yeah, it really did. Now, the next one, I think I might have liked this on Instagram today, possibly.
That is from a concept titled Brunch. That is one of my favorite concepts with Rochelle, which is the girl in the picture. I went to Pittsburgh for that, actually. And I can't remember the building we were at. It was somewhere I've never been before, but when you got there, it was like the perfect place to envision like a brunch picnic. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like a magazine or like a movie featuring like, you know, a romantic date that ends up being a picnic at a pretty little park, and you hear the birds in the background, and my phone's dying, sorry. But yeah, it was creating this whole idea of just having a simplistic brunch and enjoying your surroundings.
And then this next one is very interesting.
Oh, that is also with Rochelle. That is from a concept titled Our Last Dance. The idea was kind of putting into perspective for like couples of, if you had like one last night, you know, one last day with the person that you loved, like what would you do? What would you do with that? Because we often take our partners for granted and we just kind of go day by day, not really thinking about it. But if you had one last day, what would you do? And in this instance, I just gave them one last night to dance together and really just be with each other and focus on each other. But the idea is to have the viewer, when they're reading this and they're looking through the photos, to think, you know, well, what would I do? Like, how would I spend my last day with someone if I knew it was my last?
Courtney, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. You turned in a lot of stuff, and I honestly was like, I can't just pick one. So thank you so much. You know, the best thing about this, guys, is that Courtney actually put the photographs like anybody, is, as long as you make payment transaction. But she can turn anybody into like art, and it's really crazy. So she has a lot of concepts that are like premeditated, and you're able to pick them. And if you want to talk a little bit about that before I kick you out of the box.
Yeah. So my styled concepts, again, they're all premeditated ideas. I usually kind of go through like a series of questions if you're interested in being a part of one, which, yes, absolutely anyone can be a part of a styled concept. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be a certain gender. You don't have to have certain beliefs. Like, it's just you want to be a part of something creative, do it. That's simple. There's no regulations. But you message me about wanting to be in a styled concept. I ask you a few questions of what you're looking for, what your aesthetic is. Do you have any favorite colors? Is there anything you really want to emulate with pictures of yourself? Just a few random questions to kind of down the ideas that I could present to you that I think you would like. And then I'll go through some concept I have that I think would fit you, and you pick which one you like best, and we go from there. Pretty easy.
Courtney, thank you so much. I appreciate you and Cody so much for being here today. If you guys would like to exit the box, I'm going to have Sammy jump back in, and then we're going to finish up with our last guest. Bye, guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, gosh.
It's okay. I think I got you. I got him. All right.
Hey, I'm back.
All right. This show is going much longer than I was expecting, but hopefully we'll get through in the next. Our last guests are Carlos and Eilina, but I have two pieces right before them.
Okay.
So Carlos and Eilina were running late, so I made them last. So hopefully, I think they're here now, so everything will be cool. But yeah, guys, so this was Cody's.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, really phenomenal. This is Cody's digital art, and then this was some of Courtney's photography, which was amazing. So
yes.
Thank you guys so much. There's a lot of meaning and power behind a lot of her stuff.
Yes, definitely. Such good work.
I think that
Gabby, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna finish up with you guys in the comments if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I know we're getting. Late.
I didn't think we were going to be this long. I know you didn't.
I didn't expect it to be this late either. So hopefully in 15 minutes we can wrap this up.
Yeah.
I do apologize to you guys for hanging out with us. I know we're running a little late today, but Sammy, thank you so much for being here.
I'm going to say bye to everybody here, but I'm still going to be in the comments. So
yeah,
I'm still going to be seeing everything.
Sammy,
awesome job to all the artists.
Thank you so much, Sammy. Please favor her before we go. We do have a couple more. Oops, I'm really getting ahead of myself here. So this is Courtney's Instagram. If you guys are ever interested in getting a shoot with her, you should take a screenshot of that, give her a follow. We have 3 more artists. So Kayla is in the comments. She's not here with us, but this is Kayla's piece. She has 3 pieces. And Kayla, thank you so much for participating. So here's the 3. So she said that the last one was her favorite one because it represents how a heart can be so roughly handled in the past, but it never stops growing. And she said that art has taught me not only a lot about myself, but it's helped me share my feelings without actually having to say anything at all. So Kayla, if you're in the comments, say something here so everybody can hit you with a favorite. This is her Instagram. Kayla is right there. Favorite her, follow her on Instagram. Thank you so much for participating. This is the last art piece we have without a guest. This is from my friend Talia. So this is a piece called Impermanence. She said that when she creates art, she feels like she falls into a sort of meditation state, and it helps her relax. She said, I think to myself, like, why am I creating this? Like, it's a fish on a man's body, cut like surrounded by floral. She said that art helps her look inward and explore thoughts and emotions when I'm feeling overwhelmed. So Talia, thank you so much. I don't know if you're here, but this is her Instagram. She's also a sculpting major, so she has a lot of cool stuff on her Instagram. Hit her up. Our last guest, and we are very late, and I do apologize. I didn't realize we were gonna run on time like this. My friends Carlos and Eilina. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for being here. Wow. We made it, Carlos.
Finally, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. I hear you good. So, Carlos, could you just introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah,
Just a little.
my name's Carlos. I'm an aspiring tattoo artist right now. I'm apprenticing. I'm in between like tattoo shops right now, just figuring some stuff out. But yeah, I've pretty much been a lifelong artist, and just recently started, getting real serious about it and trying to make some money with it.
That's awesome. So, could you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to create this? And also, I might sound stupid, but should I know who it is?
No, it was literally just like some random Pinterest girl like that I found. And I just turned the picture black and white, and then I just started I just kind of reference it.
Yeah.
But really, when I started to paint it, because it's a digital painting, so I did it. I had just recently got my iPad Pro. My fiance Alina, she got it for me. Basically, I just wanted to really push myself and try to get to some kind of next level, whatever that is. You know what I mean? Just try to do something really crazy with my art. It actually took a really long time. It took me a couple weeks.
Wow.
But in total, I think the time that because Procreate kind of logs the amount of time you spend on it. I think it's 12 hours or something like that.
Wow.
So it was just really about me just kind of pushing. I was at the beginning of my tattoo apprenticeship, so I wasn't doing any kind of tattoos or nothing like that. So I just really wanted to focus on improving my art.
Yeah, this is really, really amazing. And I'll have your Instagram up here, but he has so much stuff on his Instagram, guys. I hope you follow him because he is, I know I've seen you start tattooing and your tattoos are already really good.
I appreciate that. I try really, really hard.
Yeah, I mean, your work is paying off for sure. So Carlos, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to plug before I have Eilina get in the box?
No, just my Instagram. I recently started a YouTube channel where I have a time lapse of that exact painting right there. It's like a 6-minute long video. It's
cool.
the same exact as my Instagram, so it's Los the Artist. Yeah, if you want to follow me there, that'd be awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate you. I know it all worked out in the end. All right, so now we have Eilina's piece. Hi, Eilina.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. This is so awesome. So this is Eilina's piece. Can you see this okay?
Yeah, I see it.
Awesome. All right, so Eilina, if you would like to introduce yourself a little bit before we get into this.
Hi, I'm Eilina. I'm a lifelong artist. I've been doing art and painting since I was 5, and I do tattoos now, so that's what I'm doing right now.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about what inspired you to create this piece.
Honestly, I kind of so I was in between moving shops and stuff, and
oh no, they're bogs. We'll get them back. Quick intermission. The show's coming to an end shortly, guys. I do apologize that it has been so long. Who's still rocking with me? Can I get a 1? Who's still rocking with me over here? Poppy Stark, John, Tuttle, Sean, Dat Boy, Wolf. Oh, Courtney, thank you guys. Kay is here. Am I still trending at the top, actually? Because I think I'm over my time, but that's okay, because it doesn't normally go this late. That's okay.
What was I saying? Obviously, since I do tattoos now, I don't really have a lot of time to actually do art for myself and do things that I want to do. So when I was creating this piece, I just wanted to do something that was fun. So I was I really like drawing ladies, and I really like doing flowers. And then I wanted to try this coffee stain style technique that a lot of traditional artists use. So I was let me just incorporate and Frankenstein all those pieces together, and then that's kind of what I came up with. So honestly, when I do art, I like to have fun with it and just see what happens.
Honestly, listen, if you guys don't know, here, let me just do something. Let me give you another piece of art to look at. So Eilina actually made this as well. She tattooed this on me. So
yeah, that Buddha tattoo.
Yeah, Buddha Fox.
Buddha
Fox. So I know it really did. It feels really nice. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I know It's a little later than I was expecting. I thought we'd be done like 40 minutes ago, but that's okay because
I have nothing to do, so.
Well, is there anything you'd like to plug before we end?
Yeah, so I just opened a website for any tattoo submissions. So if anybody wants to check it out, it's www.eilenagonzaleztattoo.com, and it's the same as my Instagram. Everything I have is Eilena Gonzalez Tattoo. So if you do want to check out my work and stuff, you can check it out there. And if you want to book a tattoo, like, you can book through there. So just check it out.
Eilena, thank you. Carlos, thank you. You guys are so amazing. And that completes our art show tonight, which ran over by 40 minutes. But that's okay. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to have you exit the box. Please favorite Carlos's. Please favorite them. I don't know if they'll go live, but maybe they will someday. Bye-bye. Okay. Guys, that is wow, if you're just joining, this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy, and we have really went over time. So thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to hang out with us. But we did it. Sammy unfortunately had to go, so thank you guys for being here. We talked a little bit about how art impacts our mental health, and since Sammy isn't here to say it, I'll make sure that I'll point this out. But if anyone ever feels like they are in distress with your mental health, and it's to a point where maybe using therapeutic art isn't enough, do not be afraid to reach out for a professional to help you. I always say that you're never alone, and it takes a lot of strength to take that step. But also, if you guys are interested in maybe pursuing art therapy, which is something we haven't talked about yet, but maybe we will, you could actually go to, let's see if oh, here it is. I wrote it down. It's called arttherapy.org. There's they have like a map. If you put in your location, it'll tell you all the art therapists in your area. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Can anyone give me like your takeaway of the day, or did you guys enjoy all the art you saw? I'm just so excited. This was a really amazing show. I do apologize again that it went over like quite a bit, but I was aiming for 10:30, so I guess we didn't do too bad. Art can be therapeutic for sure. Art heals the mind. Everyone's art was amazing. Thank you guys so much. You guys are all amazing. So this is In It Together with Gabby and Sammy. This is a show we do on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to promote self-healing. And guys, I'm so excited. Next week, we're going to be talking about sleep and how it impacts our mental health and how we can get more of it. So guys, thank you so much for being here. This was a successful show. And before we go, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers and all the gifters. Shout out to Kai. Shout out to Blake. Shout out to Cheyenne, Eric, Sean, Heather. You guys are all amazing. And I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.